Hello, Fredak here. Fred ACC, all one word. Alrighty, it is Saturday, October the 4th. And this is XRP. I know what I'm doing. First up, I want to thank you all for being here today. Yes, it is true. Fredak has notes. Not a lot of them, but just some. There are multiple postings today. Posting something very important out there called Save Yourself. Hopefully some viewers will stop in and take a look at the Fredak ideas that are swirling around in my head. It's not financial advice. Oh, no. Just some things swirling around in Fredak's head. That's Fred ACC, all one word. Subscribe! Hit the subscribes button. Smash the likes button, the don't likes button. Leave a comment if you want. It all sounds good. Remember, this is the Fredak that posted generational wealth almost about a year ago. XRP. It was at 52 cents for a good 3 weeks. Then it started to surge. Keeps on surging. Waiting for the next surge. As we start off with many of our postings, to warn all of my subscribers to be careful of the scammers. The scammers are out there in so many different forms and versions. Some of them are hiding in sheep's clothing or whatever that saying is. That I'm here to help you. Click the link below. Yada yada yada. You can get 80% returns per day loaning out your crypto or your money or whatever. Well, what does that saying go? A fool and his money are often or soon parted or something like that. Remember the thing that your mom, grandmom used to tell you, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Alrighty, so we're going to have numerous postings today. Saw something yesterday about utility nods. We went over $3 on the XRP price, but right now today it's $2.95. And if I had the opportunity to get out here yesterday, I was going to start showing the rake. The rake from the jalopy. We're going to be raking it in. We're all going to be raking it in. Yes, it might seem like I'm full of hopium, and I might very well be. I try to be realistic of that. Knowledge is power. I've stated that many, many times on my postings. Knowledge, the more knowledge you have, the more power you have. And by all means, you should always check everybody out, including Fredak. Whatever Fredak's mumbling about, do your homework. Don't just jump into things. You got to check things out. Okay, so I saw something about something called Unity nodes. Don't know what they are, but I guess this is some kind of something that you set up that you can make money from or whatever. And I'm not adhering to people getting involved with it. I'm just trying to be aware of what's out there. I have some very interesting posts coming up, maybe a little bit later today. Maybe in the next couple of days, some interesting thoughts to think about. Some very interesting ideas about the future, the boom and bust that we're going through. We're going through the bust period. We're heading into it big time. And I've been on this for about 2 years on this site, my postings about last November, Black Friday. I went to the mall. The mall was destitute. A bad sign. A lot of negative things coming. Now we're in a shutdown. The government is in a shutdown. Well, I guess you just can't print money out of thin air forever. But we've done it. Gotten away with it. Okay, so what do we got here? How do Americans fight back? How do all of us fight back? Well, I'm glad you asked. The working class, we're controlled by the corporations. Think about it. I believe, in my opinion, the only way for Americans to gain, or all of us to gain control of our destiny, is through something that takes away the control of the big money to rule our lives. The governments, the big institutions. I believe XRP is poised to be just that. From the crypto world 5-7 years ago, I was like, this is like the stupidest thing, this whole cryptocurrency thing. It's backed by nothing. And then when you really think about it, most of the currencies from around the world, they're also backed by nothing. It's a great big scam. But as long as people are willing to rob you, if you have a bag full of these pieces of paper that say 100 on them, $100 bills, then they have value. As long as we all acknowledge that you could go into a 7-Eleven or a Wawa or whatever, Walmart, take a bunch of goods and put them on a counter and hand them this piece of paper that says 20 on it, or 50 or 100, or numerous 100 pieces of paper, and they are glad to let you take that stuff away, or goods or services, a back rub, or this, you fill in the blank for whatever it might be. If people are willing to exchange goods and services for pieces of paper, it's because we all acknowledge those pieces of paper are worth something. Fantastic. That's what makes it all go around. Alrighty. Hopefully the phone doesn't blow off here. Okay, let's continue here. So people need to gain control of their destiny. That's my opinion. Americans, people from all around the globe. And that could be done through XRP. Let's think about this. Whatever the big money, the big institutions steer us towards, is that what's best for you and I? Heck no! That's what's best for them. The big money, the big institutions. It's best for them, not you, not me, not us. So what I see going on is that they're trying to steer all the small people to follow the Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, XRP seems to be like the one off to the sidelines. And that's just one more reason that makes me think that's the thing that I want to get involved with. Because the XRP, the rails are in place for XRP to become the global financial system exchange movement of monetary value globally. It's almost instantaneous. The cost is extremely minimal, energy efficient. From what I understand, these things are all factual. Maybe they're not, but I think that they are. But do your homework. If anyone comes up with something different, please let me know. And as I've stated on here many times, knowledge is power. And of course, if there's no functionality, whether it's Ethereum or Bitcoin or XRP or anything else, if it doesn't serve a purpose, then does it really have much of a value? Probably not. But with 60 billion of them in circulation out there, and a handful more, some 36, 38 billion more to be released by the Ripple company, I think we've crossed over the point of no return. Sure, somebody out there could have said, you know what, I'm going to step in and make a move on this. I'll give you a great example. There's a company called eBay. You sell stuff that you find in your garage or your attic, you put it for sale. So people decide, oh, that's something that's not junk, that's treasure, I need to buy that. Fantastic. But if you really think about it, the whole concept was created by the eBay company. Sure, in its infancy, somebody could have stepped in and said, some entity like a Microsoft or an Amazon, they could have opened up a parallel company very similar to the eBay. But the first one in gets the dominance of market share, brand name recognition. Well, at this point here, the Ripple company has had such a strong run in setting things up that I don't really know if it's out there for a major country like the United States or fill in the blank or whoever, or a major private corporation, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, someone who has billions, to step in and say, we're going to take over from here. We're going to start to parallel exactly what the Ripple company is doing. No. In my opinion, that's too late. That day has come and gone. Now it's either pair up with Ripple, get on board, or get left behind. Well, sooner than later, people are going to start to realize that this is my opportunity as an individual. They're going to start flocking to this thing. I don't know what people are waiting for. I've got my share, my chunk of it all, and I bought some more of that XRP, the ETF. Okay, let's get back to the notes here. The big money does not want you to go in and grab some of the power. Heck no. And then you have AI, artificial intelligence. And that's going to open up the door. That's why I'm going to put some other postings out there for the everyday people that are about to get wiped out. That's what I think we're going to title it, Wiped Out. Or Save Yourself. That's what I should call it, Save Yourself. We're going to post Save Yourself very shortly. It's another half hour, an hour from now. The reality is, with AI coming along, from what I'm hearing about it, there's probably no room for everyone. There's no room on the plane for everyone. Think about it. I use a lot of analogies to get ideas from my head into your head. So there's 100 people on an airplane. It's a can opener airplane, twin engines, not a jet. Jet engines, they'd be going too fast to jump and bail out. Trouble with the motors, they're both conking out. Well, you gotta bail out if you want to stay alive. 100 people, you got 10 parachutes. There might not be room for everybody in the future world with AI dominating and taking control. How this will all shake out, I don't really know. But the reality is that there's going to come a point where people are going to have to say to themselves, how do I save myself? Save yourself, you and your family. Well, it could just be through XRP. That's what I am thinking. This thing keeps continuously holding in the high $2 range, inches over $3. The other day it was $3.10, 2 days ago. Things change quickly. At $3.10, what is it, like 48 cents away from a new all-time high? Wake up, smell the coffee, or smell something, I don't know what, but people had better figure out. Once again, in my opinion, it's too late. It's too late for outside competition to come on board and try to challenge Ripple for this dominant spot. It's too late. So, and at a certain point, the big institutions, they're already making their moves. They're not going to tell you and I about that. No, they don't need us coming on board. That's the reality of it all. The reality is, with 59 billion of them already circulating out there, and people are owning the bulk of them, well, people / institutions, because they're getting their pockets full. They're doing their homework. They know what's coming. Alrighty, I've bent your ear enough about XRP. Watch for my future postings. There's going to be some other different stuff out there. One of them's going to be Save Yourself. I want to thank you all for being here. I hope all your days are winning ones. And my goal is for people to listen to this and to think about it, have a game plan. Don't get scared out, because the next wave up, Fred Ack's going to be out here with the rake, getting ready to rake it in.